really awake, but here comes a fishing competition. Okay, I see this on Twitch. I don't need these, but I'm going to take them anyway. So, server time, 1 minute to 2, so there's going to be a shout out in the next little while here. And in conjunction with that, can't remember the name exactly, something tasty fish pools will start appearing around this island. And I mean, I probably should have just stayed up there because I have a better view. I don't know if I've got fishing pools turned on yet. They were showing up before because of some add-on that I have, but let's put this up here. Let's see it a bit better. This here. But yesterday there was a bunch of like meltdowns of the server, and my my add-ons got messed up, so I don't know what's going on with all that. Hopefully they show up. Let me just look at this quickly. I don't really remember like which one was handling it. I don't know why this is off. Atlas Loot should actually have it in there, so well, I don't know, actually, what was it? Yeah, that was some screwy stuff, and I didn't bother thinking about that when I was prepping last night. Oh, Gatherlight maybe? Try those. Requires reload. Okay. And then it's weird there hasn't been a shout out yet. I mean, sometimes it starts a little bit late. But I definitely don't see any pools yet either. Anyway, I had some stuff in mind I was going to say, but I can't really think of it right now. Just need more coffee. Like when you come here enough times, like the pools are always in the same spot, so you just kind of know where to go. It's just helpful if they're showing up on the mini map. Because then you can see already where when you're fishing one, where another one is. Oh, battered chest. And like, there's an official way to turn that stuff on in game. Oh, it's way over there. Okay. That it's kind of left me, but it gets it up here on the bar. Like right now, it doesn't even look like I have herbs turned on. So let me see if I can figure out how to do that. It's not. Actually, let me search it quickly. Turn on fishing mini map. Well, classic. Go to the tracking tab on your mini map and check find fish. Okay, so. Okay, so that should be it. So gather light is the add-on that's happening. Yeah, my add-ons got weirded out by all those crashes yesterday. So I haven't spent a ton of time fishing on this island when the contest isn't on. So I don't really know if there's pools usually. There's definitely nothing so far. Might be that I have to visit them all once before they start turning up. That's kind of how the add-on tends to work. And then my only other guess as to why there hasn't been a shout out in the chat yet is a couple of years back I ran a 19 twink character on a classic server for the first time and came out to this fishing competition for the first time in years. There's a few weird things that happened. One was it didn't start till late, which seems like what's happening right now. And then about the time I thought, like, what's going on? Am I here at the wrong time? Like, kind of like I feel right now, then all of a sudden it started. So that could be what's happening here. Could be just running late now. For years, I don't know. And then the other thing that happened that was weird that day was not only one person won it, which was definitely how it used to be. One person won it, that's it. It was usually over in like 20 minutes. And it was usually a high level player because they had a mount and didn't have to worry about dying to any mobs, so they would go super fast. But as a twink that didn't matter because the fishing rod was nice, but we were really here for the hat and boots, which you can catch for a whole 2 hours. So I wasn't really here to win. I'm not really today either, but it would be nice. It could happen. Anyways, so the point though is that the other thing that happened was multiple people won, and that was so confusing to me because that never happened like in vanilla and the first few expansion packs. But it happened because of layering. So like, go to turn in the quest fish and there'd be multiple layers of the quest NPC there, and for some reason you could interact with one even though the contest was won. So it was almost like maybe it got won on a different layer than me. I don't know. Anyways, I did it a couple times during that phase of WoW for me. And oh, it's this batter chest again. That's weird. It pops up here, and then when I get close to it, it jumps across over there. Oh no, that's Oily Blackman School. Okay. Well, that's good, because I don't think those pools show up during the competition, so we haven't missed it. But I honestly don't know what's going on right now. do. So I'm going to stand on this hill where I can see multiple spawn points of this thing. Stop running around and keep sipping coffee. So there's often one there, I think over here, definitely one here, 2 or 3 that appear around this dock, plus more. But never all at the same time. They are always like randomly popping once you fish one. But there's also mysteriously nobody here, and so that could be nobody cares about the fishing competition anymore, possible, but it could also be that I've got the time wrong. I don't know what's going on, because it's already 10 after 2, so what's happening here? And then I also see people talking about DDoS attacks in the general, so it could be that whatever happened, like with that stuff, might have thrown things off schedule, I guess. I don't know. Just speculation. So let's look up here. So it says here, every Sunday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. server time. And it's 2:10 server time right now. So I feel reasonably confident that I'm here at the right time and that there's just something wonky going on. And like I said, I've experienced it starting late before, since Classic only, never before that. So definitely something about Classic changed the fishing tournament a little bit. I've been here since a few minutes to 2, and there's been no shouts in the chat here. Oh, here, I guess I could turn this off, or I mean on. You don't really want to see my ugly mug, but there, that'll do. That'll have to do. I've said this kind of thing before on other videos. I guess if you're here to see the fishing part of it, just when you're watching this on YouTube, just drag ahead till you see me fishing. Because right now this is the standing around tournament, and I win. It's hard to believe there's no one else here. That's what's freaking me out. When I used to come here for, primarily I would do it for best in slot items for 19 Warsong Twinks, and there would be so much competition, and like level 18, 19s running with Gildy 60s that were protecting them or higher. No, thank you. Nice of you though. I'm not sure why anyone would want to run around with splurging loads under their name, but maybe I would have at one point in my life. Thought that was pretty funny. Okay, one thing that confused me last night is I thought there was a...
What you want? Okie dokie.
I was pretty sure that there was a
Hey there.
repair guy vendor here. Everybody that I ran
Talk
to
to me.
wasn't.
What you want?
How you doing, man?
And it's even made... Oh, here we go. Renewal show. Yeah, it's even made weirder by the fact that there's a labeled mob on the map, but he's not here. I thought he was standing up here. Renewal show, the trader. Is it upstairs? I mean, there is a guy up there. But I didn't actually see if he'd trade yesterday, no? It's because of the name.
Hey
Yeah,
there.
I don't know. It's like Renwosha's on the map, but he's not here. Where I remember him being. He was either right here, or he was up here. I think he was up here. What the heck? At this point, I would just say I'm confused because I don't know what's going on anymore here. Like it's quarter after, so it should have started by now. Well, it should have started 15 minutes ago. It used to even start sometimes 2 minutes to 2. Oh, I'm now neutral. That's nice.
Hello, man. See ya later.
Last night I mentioned when I got here that some funny events happen here, so this is one of them. Oh, my almighty King Rastakhan. I think this is all referencing the bosses in Solgarok. Holy. What is happening here? There's definitely some odd stuff going on. The missing vendor, the lack of a call out, the fact that this is still an early Blackmouth school doesn't make any sense. And then the lack of appearance of what are they called? Something tasty fish? Speckled tasty fish. Ghouls. So yeah, maybe there's just something I don't know about modern day fishing tournaments. I keep expecting to see the shout out any moment now, and it's not there. $221. What is happening here? The worst part is I could have slept another hour. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. realm time. That's what it says elsewhere as well. If the Stranglethorn Fishing Extravaganza didn't start in your Classic WoW server, it's possible there's a bug or server issue, especially if you're in an oceanic realm. I don't really know what realm I'm in. Blizzard is aware of this issue and working on a fix. Oh, here's someone. Okay. I sat online in STV from 1:45 till 3:05 and no announcement was made. This is from 4 years ago. So what's happening here? So then someone's saying they've seen reports of it being bugged or starting an hour early when US is in daylight savings time. It's possible it started 1 p.m. server time, but it lasts for 2 hours and there would be pools up. So yeah, there's nothing really that helpful here. There's just other people on a Reddit post having the same problem 4 years ago. What on earth? Okay, well, I mean, just for the sake of not completely wasting my time, let's fish a bit here. Because I'm actually just here for Kiefer's angelfish, so if I get that, I'll be happy. The other funny thing is that right now, lately, I've been making my money from those early blackmail, so even just fishing those for a while is worth my time here. But if I don't see any like tournament related fish pop up in the next, say, half an hour, then I'm just gonna call it, I think. Oh, look at that. Firefin snapper here. Place you can stand here and fish this. Is it over here? Is it from the back? So that's there we go. Yeah, like up until now, anytime I've attended this tournament, this wouldn't even show up. Firefin snapper pool wouldn't even be here. If the tournament's on, it's a speckled tasty fish pool or nothing for 2 hours. All up and down the coast. The other weird thing is I'm not seeing anyone even talking about the fishing competition, which is extremely odd for as far as my experiences go in this zone at this time. You'd always see somebody talking about it, because there's usually a ton of people here doing it. It's weird, nobody even answered. I typed into the chat, what's up with the fishing competition? No announcement, no pools. And there was no reply. I guess some things just change. Usually things don't change in WoW like that. Well, I mean they do, but it's from like expansion packs. I mean, my experience with it last time was it was so buggy that it was like essentially broken because more than one person could win, etc. So I could see them just stopping it, but you would think there would be some kind of like info about that online somewhere. Wowhead doesn't mention it, and the search I did pulled up a 4-year-old Reddit post of somebody asking similar questions, describing this similar situation, and nobody really knew much about it. So I don't know, maybe it just fell away at some point, and nobody even thinks about it anymore. Bizarre. Not how I was expecting my Sunday afternoon to go. Been planning for this all week. And once again, I guess if you're watching this on YouTube, drag forward a little ways and see if I'm fishing speckled tasty fish pools or not. Because at this point now, after casting this many times just into the ocean and fishing a what's it, firefin snapper pool earlier, like I'm not expecting any tournament fish to show up here. And the other thing that crossed my mind is like, I mean, obviously they allowed people to fish around this island where there's no mobs for years. So there's no reason for them to suddenly take that away 20 years later. But it occurred to me like, oh, maybe you just can't fish pools this far out anymore. But if that was the case, if there was people competing, you would still hear them talking about it in the chat. Someone would have like informed me if they knew better or whatever. So like I wonder if the tournament mob is tournament NPC is even up in Stranglethorn Vale. Kind of curious. But I don't want a hearth there because I want to fish here if it does suddenly start. Oops. I mean, the other thing too is like if it's a full hour late, it might start at the stroke of 3, which would be fine with me. The only thing is I got other stuff to do, so I can't like hang around for the whole thing if that's the case. Weird little scene.
Fatality!
Oh. Get the hell out of here. It's funny, I don't ever remember seeing an elite over there, like at least a silver framed one. So I don't know, those might have just been like high level gold framed elites. But when I was on a non-hardcore server, I would get really close to the crocs over there and just fish pools anyway. I don't recall ever dying, but it might have been just playing with fire. So when I'm farming herbs for gold, I'm looking for swift thistle, and briarthorn, which is where swift thistle drops as an extra loot on a briarthorn or mage royal, more commonly on a briarthorn. And I need one briarthorn and one swift thistle to make a swiftness potion. And I make 25 silver or more every time that one of those sells, and they sell a lot on this server, but they always sold a lot. Just, I think on a hardcore server, people are they're planning their escape, so a lot more people seem to use it. It was kind of frowned upon to use swiftness potion back in the day, which I could never really understand, but like the way I looked at it was, if you do all this work to farm gear that gives you better stats, then why not use the potions, elixirs, all the tricks that the game gives you to be better? And to me, swiftness potion was just another one of those things, right? And like, certainly in this day and age, like, it looks, when I watch videos of people, of raid groups, everybody's got the Flask of the Titan on the big bosses. Back in the day, like, Flask of the Titans was sort of something only the tank used, like that kind of stuff, right? So I don't know, it's just, I guess the perspective on that kind of stuff's changed. Anyways, they sell, and so if I sell 4, I get a gold from that, and that's pretty common. In fact, I could sell 12 of them overnight and have 3 gold, like, over and over again. Anyways, when I switched to fishing, what I found out is, okay, I can sell free action potion for about the same, even more gold. They don't, or more silver. They don't sell as much as swiftness, but similar. There's rarely any left when rarely any return to me, I guess. They almost always sell. Same thing with swiftness. Like sometimes when you undercut people on the auction house and then leave for the night, then other people come in and undercut, and I get returned, but pretty rare. Anyways, my point in all this is that farming oily blackmouth to me is as profitable as farming swiftness potions. So even though I wasted my time here, and yours a little bit if you came to learn about the fishing competition, although you learned it was broken, drag ahead though, because maybe it started an hour later and this video will teach you so you don't waste your time later. But anyways, my point is I'm still making gold in the game by farming oily blackmouth. The difference is I need 2 of them to make, well, I need 1 to make a blackmouth oil, right? No, I need 2 to make a blackmouth oil, and I need 2 to blackmouth oil to make a free action. So I actually need 4 fish to be the equivalent of 1 swift thistle. There's a lot of talking to get to the point. I've been finding the best place to catch those is so far is Ratchet, because when you're, what happened there? When you're hanging around on the docks, you see the pools come up a lot, and then every single cast is one, so you could get like enough for a potion in 1 oily blackmouth pool. Whereas here it's like every few casts into open water, right? I'm just going to take a short bathroom break. I'll be right back. Quit the extravaganza. Kind of annoying actually, but it's one of those it is what it is situations. Don't really understand it. Can't really do much about it. Is there still an in-game calendar? Or was there one yet at the point where they made this? Holy. There's a lot of info on the map right now. Okay, I don't think I was using GatherMate before because that's a lot more information than I remember. It's a little overwhelming. Hey man. What's up? I don't know. The fishing competition seems to be bugged or non-existent. I'm not really sure what's going on. There's no announcement that fired up at 2 p.m. like I remember it, and no speckled tasty fish pools. And when I asked out loud in chat, no one answered, so I'm like, okay, well, no one's here fishing, so it must be just not a thing anymore. But I can't find anything online about it not being a thing anymore, so the whole thing is kind of confusing, to be honest. I have done it a couple times in Classic, but it was a few years back, and it wasn't on a hardcore server. So, can't even really guess what's going on. I'm sticking around till 3 just in case it's an hour late, but kind of have my doubts. That's it. What's up with you? Well, I guess I could turn this on. Oh, cool. Did you get what you wanted? Nice. Okay, yeah. There's only one thing in there that really interests me for this tune, and that was Crescent Staff, but I just opted to buy a staff instead. The funny thing is, the most times I've run that dungeon, it's been, I guess, not vanilla necessarily, but Burning Crusade or somewhere around that level where we didn't need a full group and we were taking twinks through there just to grab best in slot twink gear for like 19 Warsong twinks. I think there's some gloves in there, and I don't know what else. Maybe that staff. I don't know. Was it how did that go down? In an instance, or was it a disconnect, or what? Oh no, Ruda. It's not funny, I didn't mean to laugh. It was just like the crazy ways we die in this game sometimes. I've lost a couple tunes in hardcore too, but it was always my stupid mistakes. Yeah, or just like something like that's so unexpected, right? For me, I was like really low level, still 8 I think, and I hit an elite that spawned in Mulgore, and that thing just took me out in a couple hits. Well, I don't know, like I think it's mostly getting stunned that threw me off, but I was too stupid to remember that, well, actually I don't even think I had a form at that point, but the next time I lost a tune, I was too stupid to remember that I could like shapeshift out of the stun. I looked at the video later, I was just like, man, what was I thinking? But I wasn't. So I chain pulled those frost mages in Silverpine, and they were slowing me, and I wasn't shapeshifting out of it, so it's my own fault. I don't, because I've been running alchemy and herbalism. It's sort of what I've been doing since vanilla. It's such a good money maker. But yeah, I thought about engineering, because I could have goggles on this guy by this point, and then, like you said, target dummies. What I did have on me that I forgot to use is this stuff, Slumber Sand. So once again, just my stupid error. It was kind of panicky, I was kind of tired, it was too late at night, like all those excuses, but it kind of added up to just me being dumb. Teleport? I don't really remember that one, but I believe you. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's not the fishing competition, that's arena. Been waiting for a red shout out for an hour, so. So, is that something you do, like, mage style, like, out of combat, plan to go there, or is it like a fast way to leave battle, or what is that? An item? Well, obviously it's an item, right? Because it's engineering. Huh, cool. That's weird. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff with engineering, even though I haven't done it, but I don't recall that one at all. For a while, I guess during the phase of the game when floating Dalaran was sort of the central hub, so what would that be? Burning Wrath of the Lich King. It was around the time when those engineering motorcycles came out. So I had one, but I also figured out that I could farm all the materials and then pay an engineer to make them and profit off the auction house. So I was like building those things and selling them for a while, but I wasn't an engineer. I was an entrepreneur, I guess. Well, I'm well versed in running from a chain pull, so I can see how that would be helpful. I've never experienced it, but I've seen a video and whoa, definitely heard people talking about it. And there seem, if I remember correctly, there's a couple of levels of them too, right? So the more powerful ones, you can use them a lot higher level. One thing that's weird about being a druid is that your crowd control doesn't work in a dungeon, but those target dummies do, so. Right now what I'm working with for escapes is this one, but you can also get something similar that you can harvest from 19 Whirlwinds in Westfall. And then War Stomp, of course, on a druid. And free action potion. But I mean, that one's just for me getting out of it and running. It's not so much to deal with the mobs, so yeah. I don't have a lot for stopping them. Especially multiple mobs, right? That's the crazy thing about target dummies is they'll all turn on it, right? Okay, see you, man. Okay, so it's 5 after 3. So my idea that maybe it was going to start an hour early didn't happen. I mean, it might have happened already, I guess. But, whoa, I'm going to call it for now. Kind of a waste of time in a way, but learning experience. I'm not sure what's going on exactly. I'm not sure where the trader went, I'm not sure why the tournament didn't start. Alright.